So earlier today, I got a call from this employer that says that they're urgently hiring for this position, and that I could get started if I'm, hired as early as this upcoming Monday. And of course, when I heard that, it was like a godsend. I was like, yes, all happiness. But I started to kind of weigh the pros and cons of that job versus the current horrible one that I have. Uh, and I said, on one hand, it's more hours, it's a full-time position, and when you get one little crappy half shift a week, that's quite the upgrade. But now on the other hand, this is even further away than that place used to be, where it's like 30, 40-mile drive, so that's already like 8, 9, possibly $10 worth of gas every time you go out there. But then the counter to that is you would be driving that far for a full shift of work, which would, more than make up for whatever the cost of gas was, even if it was on, the minimum wage over here. Whereas when you drive over to the other one, not only are you driving that far just to go somewhere, well, not that far, it's not as far, but you get the idea. Not only are you driving out of your way for a job that's only using you once a week, but for a half shift, right? So a little like 4-hour, 5-hour crap. I'd say the work is a little bit more complicated. It's something that I'm not, anytime you start a new position, there's always the period of like trying to get, acclimated to whatever new thing you're doing. It's something I'm familiar with to an extent, just I haven't done it in a while. So it's, it's going to be a little bit more of a difficult adjustment period. But on the other hand, there's the factor of when I go to my current one, because, as I said before, all these restaurants are priced themselves on the market. So they're oftentimes are very slow shifts where just no one's coming in and buying anything. It makes it to where for a good chunk of it, it's just me trying to look busy while running the clock out. If I keep scrubbing this for 3 minutes, now I'll clean that over there for 5 minutes. It's really, I guess you could say monotonous, just sort of, redundant and not really fulfilling in any way. Whereas I do notice that if I do things where I'm kind of like having to think, okay, you want this order, or let me talk to this person, time tends to pass much faster because I'm actually doing something where I'm, I guess, stimulated, if that's the word to use. But yeah, I think if they hire me or offer me a position, I'm like 60 to 70% sure I'll take it. And then, as I've done before, I'll work there for the days leading up to another shift at the other place, and then determine, if you want to stay with this, if you want to, keep on searching for something else while holding on to that little bit of crap over here. Because I always do a test run. I never just, take my foot out one door and then immediately jump to the other one. That's what I did with the job that was talking about canvassing. And this might end up having that element as well, because one of the other things I don't like about modern employers is that they're not, like, they lie by omission. Or I guess I said before that it was, it's like a damn, what do you call it? It's deceptive, right? So they'll say something that has some truth to it, but then leave out another aspect of it. Like if they say, not this job, but just, for example, the canvassing one, full-time position, I'm thinking, okay, 40 hours, and it turns out it's actually like 50 or 60, something that you would not have expected if you're just reasonably going off of what most people's definition of full-time tends to mean. So it's just something where I'm cautiously optimistic. I don't look forward to that damn drive, but I'm willing to do a lot of things to get out of one shift a week. This has been going on for half a year, and it needs to die. It needs to be buried and thrown away into the ashes of history.